Hi, my name is Sarah Price, and this is my Module 1 introduction video. So a little bit about me. I teach at Ephrata Intermediate School. I am a 5th grade teacher, and I teach content, so I teach social studies and science, and I am a first-year teacher. Last year, I was a long-term sub, so if you do remember me from previous courses, I found a full-time job. One of the reasons why that I started this degree last winter was because I wanted to expand my knowledge of science content, and I'm continuing this degree in STEM because I want to continue to expand my knowledge of science content, and I want to learn how to integrate more technology and go cross-curricular with math and engineering. Since I do only teach content, I think it's important to collaborate with my other team teachers, and this major is helping me do that. Some of my hobbies, I'm a Girls on the Run coach. That being said, I do enjoy running. In my spare time, which being a first-year teacher, I don't have much of, but I do like spending time with my family and friends, and I enjoy playing intramural sports and traveling. The pictures on the right, one is of my family, and one is also of me with my running buddy last spring after a Girls on the Run race. So to compare and contrast the two texts for this module, in the 7 strategies of assessment for learning, I felt like that was a more formative assessment. I also felt like it was more continuous or in progress with the unit, meaning that you're continuously assessing and having students reflect as the unit goes on. So through short quizzes, exit slips, discussion, and student reflection. I also liked how it included student work samples, strong and weak. That's something that really stood out for me because it's something I don't use in my classroom, but I definitely made on my to-do list to start to do. And then it also focuses on one single learning target at a time. In the assessment as learning, I felt like that in that reading it was not as continuous and that it was more summative or happened after students already had a basis of what was going on as far as content. So with the performance-based assessment, what I gathered from that it was a lot of inquiry-based, which is a buzzword in the STEM community. It also can be hard to align with standards, which is stated on page 45. And I also found that it was more collaborative with group work, whereas the 7 strategies of assessment for learning was more collaborative in reflection and not actually performing the task. So to compare the two, in both texts, they are given a specific task or a specific learning goal. They do both allow for group and self-reflection, which is found on page 44 and also on page 13 of the course text. Students are also monitoring their learning, and it is both are forms of assessment in the classroom. The one that best matches me and my learning style, or my teaching style, 7 strategies of assessment for learning, I think more aligns with how I teach. I agree more with the statements in that textbook, and I already do some of the suggestions that the text gives as far as revision and keeping track of their own learning. And that being said, the strategies that I don't use in the classroom, I think that they can be easily adapted and transferred into the classroom. Whereas the performance-based assessment, I think would not match my grade level as well. Teaching 5th grade, when reading through the performance-based assessment reading, I thought that it was more targeted toward middle school and upper or high school instead of lower grades. And I think it would be hard to adapt to the lower levels. So that being said, I'm cutting it close to my 4 minutes. So I hope that you enjoyed the video and I look forward to working with you this semester. Thank you.